It's week 4 of the National Football League, and our attention is on Tay Crowder. He picked up a sack last week as part of an 8-tackle game. It's the Giants and the Bears, and it comes your way next on EA Sports.
We are across the Hudson from Midtown Manhattan at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. Today, it's week 4, and we've got what should be a great one here between the Chicago Bears and the New York Giants. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at our two quarterbacks in this one, it's really a good matchup when you boil it down. Justin Fields of the Bears, Daniel Jones of the Giants.
And Brandon, I think each one might be trying to play some form of keep away from the other, because when you think about time of possession and what that means in a game, it's great if you're able to hold on to the football and run your offense at your pace. And it also helps to keep the other guy's offense on the sideline. That's your goal for the game.
Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. And no run back on the opening kickoff. It'll come out to the 25. Here come the Giants, led out by their former 6th overall pick out of Duke back in 2019. Daniel Jones under center.
And there was a positive in last week's loss. No interceptions thrown by him. But he only threw 1 touchdown pass, and you know he wants that to improve. He might even consider that as part of the reason that they couldn't take the win last time out. I believe we'll see a more aggressive version of him this week whenever they're nearing the end zone.
Jones looking to throw right away. And this one caught along the sideline, but they say already out of bounds. And the throw didn't give him a chance to turn it upfield, and that brings up 2nd down. To throw on 2nd and 10, Jones. And his pass incomplete. So 2 incompletions have led him to an early 3rd and 10. Now Jones. And that is incomplete. On 4th down, here's Jamie Gillen on to punt. The speedster Dante Pettis back deep to return. They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. That'll go as a punt of 32 yards. And the Bears take over. The Chicago's offense running out, and something they hope to see for years and years to come. 2nd-year pro Justin Fields leading the way.
And it's funny how we always talk about how analytics are starting to creep into the game. One analytic that's been there for a long time, teams that start 0-3 usually don't make the playoffs. So we know one quarterback today that's determined to end that slide right now. It's not impossible, but this is a must-win for him and his team.
To Montgomery to begin the drive. The numbers on the ground for Montgomery in last week's affair. 14 carries, 66 yards.
They've lost a bunch of games in a row now. They've got to start thinking a little bit differently, maybe a little bit outside of the box. Find other ways to move the football. I don't know if you're going to do it through the air or maybe change up how you establish your run game.
Back to Montgomery on 2nd down. And he's going to get this past the 50 and into Giant territory. They'll run it. Here's Montgomery. And he will have 1st down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
Well, that was big right there because they're in the bottom 5 in the league and converting on 3rd down. They needed that pickup in a big way.
There were 2 things they said they wanted to win in this game. One, the turnover battle, and the second, 3rd down conversions. So they got one there. First down, here's the run with Montgomery. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Here's Fields. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Giants are going to take possession of the football. And that's a ball that he is going to want to keep, his first career interception in the National Football League.
And I love what teams do when that happens. You bring the ball to the sideline, the equipment guy grabs it, he puts a piece of tape on it, writes on it so that you know what it is, and then they tuck it away so that you can have it for later and put it on your mantle. Pretty good deal for him right there. Now he's eager to get back out on the field and get his second one.
A 1st down carry for Barkley. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. The numbers for him from a week ago. 13 carries, 63 yards.
I can't remember the last time we did a game and a coach didn't talk about establishing the run first. But they've lost 2 straight games, so they still want to do that. But they've got to have some contingencies, some other options. Expect them maybe to throw it a little bit to open up things.
Now Jones is hit. He lost the football. And this is picked up by the Bears. Down the numbers. There he goes. And they bring this one back. A fumble return for a Bears touchdown. And he has great speed, defensive back speed. Once he got it and took off, there was no catching it.
And I know every team tells you to hustle no matter what the play, but there was no chance of catching him. Maybe if it had been a defensive tackle running with the ball, but not in this case.
Cairo Santos on to try the extra point. And we'll see if this rain affects the team's decisions going forward, but they kick it here, and it's good. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way, the fumble return for a touchdown. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And we see James, he will not return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25. The New York set to take the field. Not only are they in search of their first score, they're in search of their first down in this ball game as they come up 1st and 10. They'll start out on the ground, and Saquon Barkley. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and putting the defense back on its heels.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They keep it with Barkley on 1st down. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
He's tackled at the 40-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup.
From the 40 now on 2nd down. Jones. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, their quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
Jamie Gillen now on to punt. Here comes Pettis on the return. Now a hit and a loose football.
Home on the play. Recovered by the receiving team.
And that's what friends are for.
Right. As the returner, you know who you're buying dinner for later.
Oh, without a doubt, because he just took care of you and your team in a big way. You know, you turned it over there. That's a big momentum changer and put your defense in a bad spot.
Chicago works their way back onto the field here for their second drive of the game. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Kayvon Thibodeau in there to drop him, and that will go in the books as the first sack of his young NFL career. Congratulations, young man.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game, watching this offensive line, because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
After the sack on 1st down, Fields. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means he'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Fields. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. A loss of 3 on a sack made by multiple defenders.
I remember when I was a kid, all I wanted was a nickel so I could get that soda down at the fountain. And guess what? The nickel came into play well. 5 defensive backs, they covered well, allowed for the sack.
Sodas were a nickel when you were a kid?
No, I just needed the extra nickel so I could pay the proper price.
Okay, how much were they? A dime? What were they?
15 cents.
4th down, so they send out Trenton Gill. We'll call that a 47-yard punt, a return of just 3. And it'll be Giant football 1st and 10. Our first update now comes from Atlanta, and it's the Browns out to the early advantage. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. Throwing, Jones. He's got Bellinger. So the completion good for just 3. And that'll bring up 2nd down. The Bears and the Giants both looking to improve their passing games in 2022. That's for sure. Last year, the Bears ranked number 30 in the NFL in passing yards. The Giants actually one spot worse at number 31. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. On 3rd down, Jones. And that's caught inside the 35. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That's a gain of nearly 40 yards on 3rd and medium to pick up the first.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Again, he'll drop to throw. Finding Sterling Shepard for his first catch. Well, hang on now. We're going to pause here. We've got an injured player. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. Second down at 5. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Jones with a handoff to Barkley. And he will have a first down at about the 21-yard line. Give them the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play. The Giants are 1-2 through the first 3 weeks of the season. And they got off to the good start, but then 2 straight losses since.
And now you start to wonder about what this does for a team's morale, how it affects their psyche, because let's face it, you work all summer pointing toward that opening game, you get the win, but then you don't carry it on from there. How will they bounce back from these losses and try and get right?
They'll go to Barkley again. And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line. On second down, here's Barkley. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1. Play number 9 on the drive coming up, and they need 9 yards on third down. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
What an excellent defensive stand there in the red zone. Nice tight coverage. They certainly recognized how important it was to bring up fourth down here.
So Jones off, Graham Gano on here for the New York Giants field goal. This will be a 37-yard attempt. Gano's kick is good, and they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3.
Well, in a close game like this, obviously you want the touchdown, but certainly they will take the 3.
And they'll be okay with that, but let's throw a little credit to the defense as well. I'm just glad this doesn't come down to a debate, right? Which side won, partner? Because the defense, hey, we didn't give up a touchdown. The offense, hey, we put 3 on the board. Either way you look at it, I think both sides gained something out of that drive.
Now we've got a Giant player here slow to get up after that last play. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And it's been a rocky start for them thus far. They had the turnover and then the punt on those first 2 drives.
So there is optimism because they've improved, right? Turnover, you just noted it.
Punt's better than the turnover.
The punt is better on the second one. Now they're hoping to turn into first downs and hopefully points.
To throw again on second down.
Fields. And this is taken in by Darnell Mooney.
On third down, they go Montgomery. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And then the next breath they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up first downs and keeping them at bay. I think we just saw an example of that there, didn't we?
Important to do, especially early in the game like they have. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Here's Fields. He'll get that complete to his tight end, Cole Kmet.
And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. After 1, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. The Bears with the football. We get set to begin quarter number 2 as they've got it with a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
Read option. Here's Montgomery.
And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46.
Back to throw. Fields over the middle, and that's caught by Kmet. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
On second down, Montgomery. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line.
42 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
I don't know if they can wait till halftime to make adjustments. They better find a way to get it done series to series. I don't know if they need to sub some guys out, bring in extra people, maybe change what they're doing on the defensive side of the ball. But right now, they're running the ball very well right at them and right up the middle.
They show run with 3 tight ends here on first down.
Again, they'll go ground with Montgomery. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at second down. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Fields leaving it with Montgomery here on the option.
And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. So 2 of 2 on 3rd down conversions on this drive, and now they face a 3rd and 3 here. And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches. Running for it, Montgomery. Oh, he shifts past him, and he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. And the drive stays in motion with a nice 8-yard pickup on 4th. They only needed about 4 or 5 inches there, relied on the big guys up front, and got it done.
Yeah, this is the time to just go ahead and hit it straight ahead. No juking, right? No movement in the backfield. Take the ball and go. As I heard a coach tell a player a long time ago, save your dancing for the club, son. Just get up into that line of scrimmage.
And he'll fight his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up.
We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium.
It's 2nd and 7 from the 9. Now it's Fields.
Flushed out right. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's 3rd down.
Now Fields.
Steps away to his left. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a halt. 5 yards that time out of the scramble, but now they're looking at a 4th down situation. Montgomery, they'll run for it. They'll get neither the touchdown nor the 1st down, and it'll be a turnover on downs.
The possession switching back to the New York Giants.
They begin with a run by Barkley. And he'll take this up to about the 7 or 8 yard line.
Second down, here's Barkley again. And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after.
Here's Jones from the gun on 3rd down.
Over the middle.
Puts it on the carpet. It's out. But call it luck or skill, whatever the case is, they're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. I mean, they don't care if it was luck or skill. Boy, the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground, whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you maintain possession, that's all you're looking for.
Throwing on 1st down, Jones.
Another pass complete to Bellinger. Here's 2nd and 5 now from the 22.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
Operating from the gun, Jones. That's going to be complete on the sideline, but, you know, that throw left him no room to run, and good footwork nearly all for naught. 3rd catch for him on this drive alone, and it'll give him a 1st down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Jones throw on target to Shepard, and he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. Another good completion on the drive as the Giants have a 1st down. 2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3 our score. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Jones fakes the give to Barkley. Completes this again to Shepard. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
Well, this is an awfully tough route to defend in man coverage because he lines up on the right and then runs a crossing route back to the other side of the field. So as a defender, you're not only trailing him the whole way, you're also looking out for your own guys to make sure you don't get yourself picked off. And then you can't catch up in time to prevent the completion.
They'll look to throw again. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. And he is going to lose yardage here. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Jones. That'll be taken in there by Kenny Galladay. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Back to throw again.
And that'll be caught by Tony. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
Now another timeout called for by the offense as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage back at the 17. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
It looked like the defense, they were ready for that one.
Really left him almost no room to work after catching the ball. He could throw every move in the book at him. They were there, and they tackled him for a loss.
2nd and 11.
Operating from the gun, Jones. And he's got it.
And the Giants are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line.
The Giants going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. Jones now operating from the gun. And he's got it. Touchdown, Giants. Saquon Barkley as the first half is winding down. And the Giants go nearly the length of the field and finish it off with 6 points.
That could be an important swing right there. Touchdown in the final minute of the half to take the lead.
And I like the point you just made there. Could be an important swing because now that they have the lead, if they can carry that into the locker room at the half, they'll feel really good about what they accomplished in the first 2 quarters.
Graham Gano on for the extra point. And it's through, and that makes the lead 10-7. So that one a 13-play drive in total.
And it's capped off by a receiving touchdown from Saquon Barkley. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Taking it about the 1. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And with only 9 seconds remaining, well, not much time, we'll see how they play this.
And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. So we've hit halftime, just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you guys in a bit. But first, let's take a look around the NFL here on this first Sunday of October. Let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Moving on, let's take a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Bears. And they were able to have a little bit of success on the ground. The question will be, will they stick with it? Or will they be throwing more to try and regain this lead? Meanwhile, for the Giants, you get a look at what they were able to do throwing the football. And whatever they've done, it's worked, as they have the lead through 2 quarters of play.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback.
So here's the Bears offense now as they get set to start this third quarter.
Well, Charles, we saw a pretty entertaining first half, close ball game. Remember there toward the end of the second quarter, the opposition scored to take the lead. Now we'll see if these guys can get a score of their own to regain that lead.
Yeah, they want to have that type of a response, don't they? Because they want to find a way to take control of this ball game one more time. Gauntlet's been thrown down. They want to see if they're ready to answer it.
74 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Into the hands of Pettis. It's a jet sweep, and he is going to lose yardage here. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11.
Off the option, here's Montgomery.
The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
Throwing on 3rd down, Fields.
And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Here comes the Bears punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. So now the Giants set to take over on offense. They lost 2 straight coming in, but good news for them right now. They've got the lead and the football. Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 at their own 23. They'll try and start this drive in the air. He'll get this out to Barkley, complete. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. He was unable to shake free there. They'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
Heck of a play there to get to him quickly and get him down for a loss.
I think they did a really nice job getting ready for this game, scouting, watching film, and understanding defensively what the play design was.
A give to Barkley out of the gun. Able to slither by. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll leave him with a 3rd down and 6 to go.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. And he'll get this underneath, dropping it off for Barkley. And he will have a Giants 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And there was absolutely zero pressure on the quarterback on that play. 3rd down, and he has all the time in the world to eventually find an open receiver for a 1st down pickup.
Now Jones.
Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line. Looking to throw. Jones. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And the Bears in the nickel. No, wait, they're in the dime. 6 DBs out there on 3rd.
Could play an exotic coverage.
Operating from the gun. Jones. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down.
Roughing the passer, defense.
A bad time for a roughing penalty, and they get the gift of a 1st and 10. On the draw, this is Barkley. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. Again, it's Barkley.
And a good push up front, and he's able to navigate his way down inside the 30. 13 yards, good for a Giant first down.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense gets a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. So a solid run by Saquon Barkley, and another 1st and 10 here. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches.
This is Brightwell.
Now we're going to get a stoppage. Appears to be an injured Bear on the field. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. To Shepard, complete over the middle. Down to the 6-yard line on a pickup of 6 as he gets halfway to the goal line.
It's the pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and
Barkley, inside handoff. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Saquon Barkley, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd of the year. And they are able to add on to their advantage. That seemed pretty ideal there for the offense, Charles. You take a little bit of time off the clock here in the 3rd quarter, decent length drive, and you pad your lead as well at the end of it.
And what it does is let you feel like you're in control of this game, even more so than a 2-touchdown lead, right? Because you have taken that time off, as you noted, which means they couldn't get you off the field. You ran your playbook the way you wanted to, and you gave your defense some rest. What a big-time drive in that situation.
Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away.
And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. The Chicago offense set to get started.
They trail by 10, 17-7 as they come up on a 1st and 10. To Montgomery to begin the drive. A great move by Montgomery. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Back to Montgomery on 2nd down.
They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a 1st down. Keep the sticks moving.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Fields going to hold on to it.
Now that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Yes, indeed. That play there, that reminds me of some of the guys that I played with that have that suddenness, able to get into the backfield almost about the time the ball snapped and make a play. How about that tackle for a loss?
Absolutely. He did a lot of that last week when he was named the NFC Defensive Player of the Week. One of the guys on the team was saying, hey, yeah, we called him the disruptor, and that's carrying forward again.
Makes sense, doesn't it?
And he'll push forward to the 37, gain of 2.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Fields.
And it's knocked away and incomplete. Here comes the Bears punter now as he'll come on to kick this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. 37 yards on the punt with no return.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 at their own 23. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. A throw for Galladay is going to be intercepted.
picked up by Jalen Johnson. And the Bears are going to take possession of the football. So a potential momentum shifter there, working with a 2-score lead, third quarter, but that, not the smartest of throws.
I would agree with you on that one because this game is still very much in the balance. It felt pretty one-sided to this point, but now if these guys can turn this turnover into points, things could start getting a little more interesting.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. They'll start out here with a jet sweep. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. That's the danger, Charles, of running plays like this for your wide receiver. They can hit big or they can be duds.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that because if they're forced to try and go around defenders behind the line of scrimmage, sometimes you can give yardage in order to gain it. But in this case, they gave yardage and didn't get it back.
And a couple of yards as they move it from the 21 to the 19. A 3rd down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. He loses 4, and it brings up 4th. Fields is off, and on comes Cairo Santos for the Chicago field goal. From the right hash, this from an even 40 yards out. Santos' kick is up and through, and they're back within a touchdown. It's 17-10. So kind of disappointing there. I mean, yes, they get the 3, but with starting field position like that, 3's not what you're banking on.
No, and you just have to wonder if you can afford to let chances like that continue to pass you by. You've got to find ways to get the ball into the end zone and put 6s on the scoreboard.
And he will be taken down here on the return on what will wind up being the final play of this 3rd quarter. 3 quarters in the books. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now here at MetLife Stadium. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Their lead back down to 1 score after the field goal a moment ago, so they'll be looking to string together a few first downs, likely on the ground as they begin 1st and 10. Throwing on 2nd down. Jones gets this out to Saquon Barkley. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. Throwing Jones. And he'll find Galladay. That's complete. And he will have a Giants first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that certainly appears to be a critical conversion right there because not only do they keep the drive going, they take valuable time off the clock as well. They have to feel really good about that last completion.
Up the middle with Barkley. 80 yards rushing for him now to this point. I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And he has the first down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45.
Brandon, unfortunately, I've been here before. They've had 2 opportunities to stop them, so this is demoralizing. They haven't gotten it done. Now you're calling all your blitzes, all your attack defenses, but you're not worried about playing your normal position. You're going to take chances now.
Well, you said it. 2 third down opportunities to get off the field. Couldn't do it, and the clock continues to roll. 1st and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. They'll run it again with Barkley. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Jones. Forced out to his left. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. Able to find a lot of empty space there, picking up the first down and a 21-yard gain. Well, there you go. Save your best scramble of the day for a big-time situation in the 4th quarter, picking up the first.
You don't want to use it up early, right? You want to make sure you save it for that exact moment, that key time. And that's what he did, although you and I both know it wasn't planned that way. But what a nice job using his eyes, scanning the field, and realizing when it was time to exit the pocket and go.
A first down carry for Barkley. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down. Running again with Barkley on 2nd down. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. Already a pair of 3rd down conversions for them on this drive, but right now they need 5 yards on this 3rd down try. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. How about this offensive line? They're really starting to establish themselves, take over this game.
And before the series began, I know exactly what was said in the defensive huddle. Guys, we got to get no less than a 3 and out. Let's get off the field. Instead, they can't find any traction towards doing that. Right now, they're just getting muscled all over the field and getting pushed down it.
Looking to throw. Jones. This is caught. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. So 2nd and goal, and standing by himself in the backfield, Barkley. Back to throw. Jones. And he finds Shepard. Touchdown, Giants. Sterling Shepard. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Giants look like they're about to put an end to their 2-game losing streak as they add on to their lead. Trying to bust out of that losing funk, and these fans have to like this. And all right, fellas, this is more like it.
And I know that if this holds up after the game, they're going to give the fans a lot of credit, being at home, getting the support. But you and I both know it goes deeper than that. They had to get it together in their own facility, look each other in the eye and say, okay, what's it going to take to break this losing streak? And they really came together with a good week of practice.
Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away.
From the 6. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field.
Fields and the Bears now with a 1st and 10.
At their own 24.
He'll begin by dropping it off to Montgomery.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35.
103 yards on the ground so far for Montgomery. It's a 1st down.
Man, these guys may not win this ball game, but you certainly can't fault the effort of this man here today. He's been a real thorn in their sides all afternoon. And that last carry puts him over the 100-yard mark.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll go with the option, coming right.
Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. Here's Fields. Open man is Kmet, the tight end.
The Bears on 3rd down. They've converted a 1/3 of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This is 3rd and 8.
Out of the gun, Fields. And this will be caught by Mooney. And he will have the Bears 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Fields now to throw.
Buying time to his left. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Azeez Ojulari
in there to take him down on what will take us to the 2-minute warning. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Now Fields Able to find Komet. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47. A shotgun snap, Fields. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. They get one more as the extra point's up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And we see James. He will not return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a first down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts, as they'll get it with just under 90 seconds remaining. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here with Barkley. Now a second timeout called for by the defense, as it comes with 1:25 left to go in the contest. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. They'll go to Barkley again. And he'll get it out to midfield. They'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. And they'll indeed take a knee. And the Giants will kneel it here out of the victory formation. We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. Down to a knee goes Jones, and that should just about seal it. What a ball game this was. What an atmosphere this was. And the home team getting the late touchdown, getting the victory, and now everybody in this building can file away with smiles on their faces.
And what do real estate people tell us all the time? It's location, location, location. So being at home, that can be a big deal because remember, they were down to their final chance to retake the lead. That home field advantage, I think it helped fuel all what happened for them down the stretch. A huge win.
So for the Giants, it'll be a 500 start as the win gets them back to 2-2. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Green Bay.